All right, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming and Tech Reviews. I'm Andrew, and today we are going to kind of do like a little bit of, I'm going to sim race on this new monitor and kind of talk to you guys about the features of this monitor a little bit because I've had it for a week now. I already do have the 39-inch as well. It's kind of sitting over there, but I got my lights in the way right now. So I've had the 39-inch for over a year, probably 13, 14 months now. I bought that one and I was using that, and that monitor is absolutely my favorite monitor, probably out of every one I own. I do own the LG 4K dual mode as well, but I just picked this one up about a week ago and been using this one as my as you can see, I've got it mounted to my sim racing cockpit now. So I'm on the FGT cockpit. I do actually have this, the ERS 4C mod put on this, and it's also got the monitor stand from Next Level Racing. If you need anything from Next Level Racing, there's a link in the description. Just use the code Froggy24 if you want to get yourself a cockpit. We are using the Fanatec Club Sport DD. This is the 12 Newton meter wheelbase, along with the GT3 Endurance wheel rim. But for the monitor, I want to kind of talk about some of the experience that you get with this. I want to make sure everything's kind of set up right now. And we are going to jump into, we're going to do Project MOZA Racing on this one. This has just kind of, been my go-to for what the hell, why isn't it clicking on that? Project MOZA Racing. What the freak? There we go. For some reason my mouse, I don't have it on a mouse pad right now, but this has kind of just been my go-to for my sim racing lately. I love the way that the Fanatec Full Force feels on this game. It's just absolutely freaking incredible. So this monitor, 45-inch G9S, I think it's the G9S, the G9S or the G9X or something. I'll have a link in the description, okay, for this particular monitor. Now, the thing that a lot of people ask me is, how does the image quality look? So image quality on this monitor is actually freaking pretty fantastic. Let me go into the settings and change something around though, because we've got graphics setting. Okay, we're very high. Everything is set up that way. But if you come down here, quality, let's turn that to ultra quality. FSR 3 quality. Wait. So okay, that there. Let's go into display settings. Okay, yes, save and exit. So quality on this is actually pretty insane for the most part. So let's go ahead and back out of that. We're just going to jump into like a single race because I've been wanting to race all weekend, but I've just had so much to do. So we're just going to be right here on the oh my gosh, Bathurst. And so we'll talk about this as we're driving and kind of just let you have a look-see at this. Do I not have my sound set up over here? Yeah, I guess we don't necessarily need sound. So, oh, we do have sound. It's just over there on another one. So as you can see, like frame or image quality looks. Oh shoot! I got a false start. The image quality on this monitor absolutely just looks incredible. I get a lot of people wondering if the you know, like readability and stuff like that. But okay, so the one thing that I want to do compare is, because we're kind of doing a comparison. Sorry guys that it's taking a long time to get set up, and I know you're here. I'm not trying to waste your time, I promise you. One of the big things, okay, so the 39-inch versus the 45-inch. Honestly, if you don't need a bigger screen, the 39-inch is absolutely the best one. It is absolutely the best one in terms of image quality. This one here does look softer. But you do have, you know, if you've got a higher end GPU, you do have the ability to render at 3840 by 1620p or whatever, and that will give you some downsampling, a little bit more clarity, sharpness or something. This doesn't look blurry, but it looks soft. It does look soft in ways that like would pretty much, you know, the softness of it is definitely something that I noticed like right out of the gate with certain games, especially like my sim racing games. When you're running at native 3440 by 1440p, it does look softer. It doesn't look as sharp. It doesn't look as clean as it does on the 39-inch. Now, obviously, if you want peak sharpness and peak clarity, you probably want to go with the 34-inch. That's one that I don't have, and I probably won't get a 34-inch just because I like the bigger screen of the 39-inch. To me, that just looks better. And oh wow, I use these monitors for my sim racing and my open world games. Oh boy, as you can see, I'm not a very good driver. Oh, I just scratched the wall with my freaking Corvette, dude. I'm so disappointed now in my freaking stupid self. But the biggest thing, guys, is I can honestly tell you is I do feel like in today's age, guys, when you see this monitor on something like this and you kind of see the softness and everything else, like I do believe that like most people are going to be like, that's going to be super negative for them. For me, like I just don't, oh shoot, I'm not even braking. Like what the freak is wrong with me? For me, guys, like that kind of stuff, like it does matter, but it doesn't matter. It does matter to an extent that you know, like obviously you want things to look nice, and if you're spending this much money on a monitor, but there are things that kind of outweigh that. Look at how beautiful this looks on a rig. Okay, it's like literally perfect for my sim rig, whereas the 39-inch just felt a little bit too small for this. Especially because of how far back I am. I needed a bigger screen. Now this here, I absolutely love this. And not all games look soft on it, but this is one that I'm playing. And that's why I started with the absolute worst one, is because this one here just looks soft. Like no matter what you do. And it's like one of those things where it's like, gosh dang it, I play this game a lot. I really wanted this one here to look nice on it and stuff like that, but Project Motor Racing just looks softer. Now, if I switch over to Assetto Corsa Evo, it looks cleaner. Like the visual looks a little better, you know, and it's like, okay. One of the things that like really surprised me a lot though is on some games like this monitor does look good, but that's why I was like, man, I got to start with the worst one. I have to be 100% honest with everybody, and you know, having this as like my sim racing monitor, it really does, yeah, like it really kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, especially when you're playing something like this and you're like, oh my gosh, this is it's one of those things where like I feel like a lot of people are gonna nitpick this monitor because of stuff like this, which is, you know, I mean, and I did test it on my, I've only tested this on my AMD on my AMD cards. I haven't even hooked it up to the RTX 5090. The 5090's over there where I can babysit the freaking cord, where the AMD GPUs, I don't have to really worry about them cooking themselves, so I can have it over here and actually just use it. But in terms of like, I mean, and this has given me like 130 something frames, so I mean, well, the average looks like it's about 108, but whatever. But I mean, it's still good enough to where I can fully enjoy this. But yeah, it's definitely it's definitely kind of a sore point for this one. And that sucks, man, because I wanted to freaking absolutely 100% love this monitor because of the size, because there's really not, I don't really have any other options except for to go with triple screen, you know, 32-inch triple screens, or like a bigger monitor or something. But I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. I wanted this monitor with this size. So I guess the only other option would be is to do the 5K 2K, and that's $1,000 more. That's a whole $1,000 more, but you're going to get that clarity, which is going to be important. But then you're going to need a GPU to run that 5K 2K, which is, oh boy, a little bit not as hard. I mean, obviously you've got upscaling and stuff that should work just fine for that, but $1,000 more for just a sharper, crisper image. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the money, that's probably where I would be with that. So on this one here, I wish that this was a little bit, yeah, I mean, obviously PPI matters, you know, 32-inch, 1440p, you know, definitely. Like when I was using the 1440p 32-inch monitor versus the 27-inch one I bought, obviously the 27-inch was a lot cleaner. The 32-inch wasn't as freaking, it was definitely softer, and that is exactly what I'm experiencing now between the 39-inch and the 45-inch. To me, the 39-inch is absolutely peak. It's perfect. Obviously, the 34-inch would look significantly better. But in terms of this, you know, when I'm driving, I'm fully immersed in the game. Like, I don't really give a shit if it's a little bit blurry or there's some flickering or some of that other stuff going on. And that's just, you know, inherent to the design of this game in particular so far that I've seen. But when we jump over to after this race, we're going to jump on over to Assetto Corsa Evo, and that one there. Oh, and Assetto Corsa Rally. We won't do the Rally one, but we'll just do Assetto Corsa Evo, because we can get into that one a little bit quicker. So let's go ahead, and yes, we're going to jump out of this game and kind of jump in there, because I'm sorry that this video is a little bit long and it's not really 100% put together, because it's easier for me to show you and talk about it at the same time than it is for me to just be like, put together like some script or something like that. Like, it's easier to see it in person. And so let's go ahead and jump on over. Oh, where's my mouse at? We're going to just jump on over to Assetto Corsa Evo. Actually, you know what? We can do Competizione. No, let's do Evo. Let's do Evo. Let's do Evo, because it's the newer game and it has the Fanatec Full Force. Full Force. I love Full Force. It's just incredible. It just feels incredible. And I really wish that some of this stuff would come out like a little bit quicker. I wish that this game was getting updated a lot faster than what it does, because this kind of freaking, you know, having to wait for it. But let's go to open mode. We're going to go to drive, single player, car. We're going to change it to all vehicles, and then we're going to go to the BMW, because this is what I've been driving the most on here. So this is what I'm the most comfortable with. We'll go ahead and confirm that, and then we're just going to do a practice session on this one, so I'm not worried about other cars, and we're just going to drive. We're going to be on Circuit de Spa, and this is what we're going to do for this one. So we're going to talk about this one. Now, I got this one here set at the native res. We're going to go ahead and pull on out of here. Wow, why is it locked to? Feels like I got it locked to some lower frame rate. I don't think that this is set up right in terms of like the, let's do video. No, it should be. Oh, it's gameplay limited. We're going to turn that all the way up to as far as it will go. It's going to take forever to do it like that. So we're going to set that at 240, because there's like some choppiness going on because of that. And then Graphicos, FSR3, and we are on performance. So let's go ahead and back out of that. Back out of that. and then we can resume. Okay, so here we are. Now, as you can see, like image quality looks significantly better on this one. It doesn't look as soft. I mean, it still has that soft look, but at the same time, like that doesn't matter anymore. Like you're still getting like the flicker because we're using FSR 3 on this one. Don't know if it supports FSR 4 just yet, but oh my gosh, dude, freaking full force feels incredible on this. But as you can see, like this one here looks a lot sharper, a lot better, a lot cleaner. Obviously, if I was to turn it to freaking, if I was to turn it to, like if I had FSR 4 support on here, it would look insanely better. Ooh, man, I got this thing like cranked up too. Like I'm getting my full 12 Newton meters out of this bad boy. And then I've got the gain set at the highest it goes on the game too. So yeah, this just looks pretty damn good to me. In terms of like any of the other games that I've seen, like I said, Project Motor Racing is by far the worst one. That's just because they don't support. Actually, FSR is kind of broken on that game, so I can't really turn that one on. That's something I forgot to mention why why we were in that game. But FSR 3, if I turn that on, then I get this massive ghosting effect on it. So that being on that game happened to be, that's what's, kind of affecting that too. But you can definitely tell that the overall image quality is softer on the 45-inch monitor. And I think that people will kick that for that. And I think that if you're like really, really picky and you absolutely have to have that sharp, crispy look, oh man, this is a tough one, guys, because I don't mind it. And so it's really hard for me to be like, yeah, dude, I love this monitor, because I know people are so gosh damn picky these days that something like this, to me, $1,000 for this monitor is absolutely freaking worth it. $999 up to like maybe $1,200, but you're another $1,000, you get 5K, 2K. You know what I mean? It's $19.99 for the 5K, 2K. And that will give you your sharpness and your clarity and everything else. But then I just look at that as like, you're gonna need a very powerful GPU to compensate for that, where this right here being 3440, you can actually run, your games on lower end hardware, and you can use like upscaling. Now, I will tell you the other games that when I'm playing them, the FSR 4 support does look good on this. Obviously, you're gonna need that for your better upscaling, but like you get like the flickering and the shimmering with FSR 3 and stuff. And while that bugs a lot of people, I really don't care. Like my immersion level behind the wheel driving, I do care, but I don't care. I mean, the only way to get around that, guys, is to really like either have DLSS 4.5 or FSR 4 in every single game. And like, that's just not the case on everything, man. This one here does have DLSS, but I got a 5090, so I got to watch the freaking plug. So I can't have it sitting behind my setup like I do with the 9070 XT. It just doesn't work that well, man. Like, it sucks. So some of the other features on this monitor, though, it does have like built-in freaking like Netflix and all of that stuff. It comes with its own little remote, so you can switch it between that and obviously like your PC and stuff, which is freaking awesome. I love that. I do love that feature. The OLED is beautiful. It's brighter. It goes up to like, I think the other one, my 39-inch was topping out about 590. This one here goes all the way up to 900 plus. So it definitely looks brighter. This one here is brighter than that 39-inch, but I have to give the win to the 39-inch for sure when it comes to like overall visual quality. For that one there, it's like, damn, that looks good. This one here is a little bit softer. That's the biggest complaint that I can get out of it. And now with the 5K, 2K monitors out, like it's like really hard to like recommend this particular monitor over those, because those are like, gosh damn. Woo, boy, I need to slow down a wee bit more for that turn. Gosh dang, but this game right here, dude, I freaking love Assetto Corsa Evo, but there's obviously they're cutting out some of the main story type stuff, and that kind of sucks, guys. We bought into this game with certain expectations, and now things are changing. I'm pretty sure they're just going to try to resell it to us later, which is what it is. Just put 1.0 out, make sure we get everything else that they promised, open world stuff and all of that, and then, you know, bring us a more robust thing later down the road once we can get funding for it and stuff like that. I'm perfectly okay with that. I know it is what it is, man. Money doesn't grow on trees, and they still got to pay all the people to do all of this stuff. So as it sits right now, I'm actually quite freaking happy and satisfied with this monitor. I love it. I think it's incredible, but I wanted to really call out the stuff and give you the best option. If you're not using it, like for this, for me, size-wise, it's perfect for my sim racing setup. This is exactly what I wanted it to be. This is what I needed it. I've had a 55-inch monitor on here before. I've had a 42-inch 55-inch TV. I've had this TV that's right behind me on here before, and then I've also had my 42-inch LG C2 on it. But this right here with a full-on freaking what's it called? The Curve, the 18, is it 1800R or 1300R? What was something? I love it. It's just a lot more immersive to be in a sim racing setup with this. So I absolutely love it. And this here is the kind of the perfect setup. FGT Cockpit feels great on here. Very stable, nice mount. Yeah, like once I put this on there, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, this is great. Like I absolutely freaking love it. And you know, $1,000 for something that's gonna sit on my sim rig, I'm okay with that. For me, it's okay because I'm like, gosh dang, dude, like, you got to have a good monitor for my sim rig, and you know, like a 5K, 2K, sitting here, 2,000. That's the thing I had to ask myself is like, am I going to use it enough to justify an extra $1,000 sitting on my sim rig? Because I mean, you guys have seen, if you've been to the channel for a while, you've seen that like I don't put out sim racing content as much as I should. You know, you would think with all the equipment that I have, I love sim racing, but some days it's not necessarily work. I mean, it's very relaxing to just sit here and go around a track and stuff. But I mean, think about it. I've got a Assetto Corsa Rally. I'm waiting for freaking tracks on that. I got this right here. We're waiting for freaking updates and stuff for Assetto Corsa Evo. So it's kind of hard to just always drop everything you're doing and get into these stuff. And then obviously like Project Motor Racing, they need to fix FSR4 for that so that I can actually have good image quality like I got right here. I don't really care if it shimmers and flickers a little bit. That to me is like a non-issue, but when it comes to the overall experience and stuff, I think this monitor does exactly what I need it to do. I'm very satisfied with it. And you know, the only thing is literally it's like having a 32-inch 1440p monitor. It's definitely a little bit softer, but I feel like most people should be definitely like, I don't know. I don't want to say they would be okay with it. I kind of feel like everybody, you know, is super picky these days, and I don't blame them because prices are freaking wild, man. But gosh dang, I feel like $1,000 for 3440 by 1440p ultra wide 45-inch monitor, I definitely feel like that's a fair price. Like, this thing is badass. I love the size of it. It makes me feel good. Oh gosh, I love the way. Oh yeah, this is just incredible. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, I think it's great. So I'm going to finish this lap and then we're going to finish the video. So let's go ahead. Gosh, this just feels so good to drive, guys. Ooh, boy, I got my new sim racing shoes on today too. They're from Strauss. They're like only 50 bucks and they're like way better than the freaking Pumas that I bought. Let's get our butts over there, across that finish line. Badass car, man. Freaking love it. Boo, yeah. So, all right, guys. Ooh. So, yeah, I love this monitor. I think it's great. Like I said, the only biggest thing you would probably have a problem with is it definitely looks softer than like your standard, you know, 39-inch or you know, the 34-inch monitor would probably be the crispest. And utility-wise, for a monitor like this is perfect for what I'm using it for. Definitely would recommend this monitor all day long for sim racing enthusiasts, but if you gotta have that 5K, 2K, ooh, I don't know, man. Like, that thing looked beautiful. I did see that monitor at CES, and yeah, it's incredible. It is absolutely everything you thought it would be. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Tandem RGB, it looked incredible. Like, this monitor looks incredible too. It looks fabulous, but gosh damn, once you see the 5K, 2K, it's really hard to like love, you know, it's hard. Okay, my friends. So, all right, if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.